is a recording that I'm making up at the regional camp, and we're up at Rhode Island. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Chris Bart-Williams. I coach Soccer Plus and CT ODP.
And tell us a little bit about your background. Where did you grow up playing? And tell us a little bit about your professional background.
I grew up playing in England. I came up through the Leyton Orient youth system in England and moved on to play professionally for Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest and Charlton Athletic.
And I've been also told that you played for the England national teams.
Played for the England U17 national team, U18, 19, 21s, England B. Yes.
How do you like, first of all, living here in the States?
It's very enjoyable.
Good.
It's been a tremendous experience.
Can you tell me, what do you think of our training process here in the U.S., and can you compare it to the training process you went through as a youth?
It's a good process. The exercises are very similar to, if not the same, back home in Europe. I think the slight difference is more emphasis on training back in Europe as to the US. So the equation of training sessions to game ratio is slightly different at the younger age groups. So that's definitely a noticeable difference.
Also, I know you've been going through the U.S. coaching schools. How has that been for you, and is that something you would recommend for other coaches in the U.S.?
Absolutely. I've learned as much as on these coaching licenses here in the U.S. as I have back home in England. Again, there's not too much in the quality of the sessions, but it's just a different environment, if I could say that.
Would you say it was a more competitive environment in England, or?
It is once the kids are getting to an older age groups, 17, 18, when we start to treat them obviously as young professionals. But in the younger age groups, it really is the development word. I can't say that enough. And I think that's the difference. It's far too competitive here at the younger age groups. And it's too early for the kids' development.
Interesting. What advice do you have for young soccer players who aspire to reach anywhere near the type of goals that you did in your career?
It's about personal discipline, work ethic, at practice and away from practice. I think kids can spend a lot more time with the ball, playing pick-up soccer, developing their own skills and mentality away from their coaches. The coaches provide the environment, but definitely work ethic. And working on their skills. Technique is probably the most important thing to play at the highest level. You need to have technique. Obviously, being an athlete helps a great deal, but I guess speed of play, mentality, work ethic, skills definitely involved in that process.
And my last question for you: what advice do you have to coaches on how to become better coaches?
Do your licenses, watch other coaches in all different types of circumstances, professional coaches, collegiate coaches, travel coaches. You'd be surprised what you could pick up on the do's and don'ts. But really truly just educating yourself and trial and error, be receptive to criticism and critique. I would say probably the most important things.
Thank you. Wow.